Hey everybody, Mumbling Nick here. This will be a real quick video. It's pretty much, we'll just call it a post-mortem about our me and Mr. Liquid Cryptid just had our first ever live show. We were calling the show Dabbling in Politics. It was Saturday at 8 p.m. It's going to be every weekend. It's going to be a weekly show. I think we're moving it to Sundays at 8. That'll be Sunday this week, and we'll let you guys know from there. But we just want to first thank everybody who watched. We were extremely surprised and happy about that. Now, if anyone goes back and looks, yeah, we barely cracked double digits. I think we had like 13 people or whatever, but that was fantastic for us. We weren't expecting anybody, maybe one or two Dabbleverse friends that might throw us a bone, a pity watch. But ironically, I think we only recognized like two people. And there were multiple people who were really into it. We didn't really recognize their names, but they were really into it. Some on my side, some on Mr. Liquid Cryptid side. So it was really good. And we're gonna pay more attention to the chat next time and going forward. For this first episode, we didn't really plan much. We basically said, like, shortly before the show, we're like, we'll talk about Elon and Doge because that's like the hot topic in the news. So we did, but we ended up jumping all over the place, from one thing to another, and we got to try and stay more focused. We agreed on that, to the topic at hand, whatever that topic may be, and also pay more attention to the chat because going back and looking, some of you guys said some great stuff, and it wasn't fair that we didn't talk about it or put it up. So we're gonna do that. As far as this first one, no, it's not a debate, it's a discussion, and it's really even debates, like, it's hard to pick a winner. Like, people, if you agree with me, you're gonna say I won. If you agree with Liquid Cryptid, you're gonna say he won. That's usually how debates go. I try to pick the winner who I think made their points the best. Not that I agree with, and I actually have to admit, I think if this was a debate, Liquid Cryptid would have beaten me on this first one. Partly because I told him I have a bad memory when it comes to certain things, especially like certain words or certain names, and I mean like words and names that I know, and it'll just blank on me in the moment. Like, take it out of politics. I'm a huge baseball fan, a huge fantasy baseball nerd, and so many times they'll be like, I want to talk about a player or make a trade for a player, and I know this player in and out. I know his position. I know what team he plays for. I know his stats. I know how old he is, what country he's from. And then in that moment, I will blank on his name. I'll know his jersey number, everything. I can think of that all off the top of my head, but I can't think of his goddamn name. And that it happens to me with other stuff too. And I remember at one point I was trying to make a point. And I couldn't think of a congressman's name, and it's not a congressman I know well, so that wasn't shocking. His name's Riley Moore. I remember now, but mostly I wanted to talk about mandatory spending because that's, like, to me, my opinion, that's code for like Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and I couldn't think of the words mandatory spending, so I couldn't make my point, which sucks. And we also got a little into more into Elon's and SpaceX and all that, and Liquid Cryptid knows his stuff when it comes to that, and I will fully admit I don't know all the ins and outs of SpaceX, space travel, all that stuff. I'm more into the corporate bribery, the corruption, the robber baron oligarchy side of things. But we got into the details of space travel and everything, and Liquid Cryptid. I couldn't even respond because I, he, I'll take his word. I mean, I assume he knows what he's talking about, and I fully admit I didn't, so I couldn't even respond to that. So when we started getting into the weeds of SpaceX, I was done. So, and also there were some big points I wanted to make. And because we both got sidetracked and ended up all over the place, I didn't end up making them. So I have to give this one to Liquid Cryptid. Hopefully, I will do better in episode 2. Hopefully, we'll both do better at focusing and staying at whatever the topic is at hand this time. I'm sure we'll talk more about Elon and Doge, but there's some other things I hope we get to. We'll talk before the show. But anyway, I just wanted to thank everyone who watched. If you didn't, you can go back and watch the old one, episode 1, but episode 2 will be this Sunday, 8 p.m. Please watch. What's the date on that? Let's see, the 23rd, I think. Yeah, 23rd, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Mumbling Nick, Liquid Cryptid, Dabbling Politics. Be there or be square. Thank you, guys. Peace.